340 Chinese missiles break through the clouds. 48 American F-35s climb to intercept. 87 Chinese warships surge toward Taiwan. 3 U.S. carrier strike groups move to block. At 6:23 a.m., the sky erupts with dogfights at 40,000 feet. The sea fills with missiles at wave-top height. Above and below, air and water, 2 domains, 1 battle. The largest combined air-sea engagement in 80 years begins in the Taiwan Strait. This is 3-dimensional warfare. This is where technology meets training. This is where superpowers collide. June 14, 2025. Taiwan Strait becomes battlefield. Chinese Eastern Theater Command launches coordinated air-sea assault. Goal is overwhelming. Take Taiwan in 72 hours, before American reinforcements arrive, before international intervention, before domestic opposition builds. Speed is everything. Violence of action is critical. Chinese plan requires air superiority and maritime dominance simultaneously. Control the sky to protect invasion fleet. Control the sea to land troops. Lose either domain, an entire operation fails. So China commits everything. Maximum effort, 1,800 aircraft, 240 warships. Largest military operation since D-Day. This is their moment. This is their chance. This is where 75 years of preparation meets reality. American Indo-Pacific Command detects Chinese launch at 5:47 a.m. Satellites register aircraft taking off from 23 different air bases. Naval intelligence tracks ships departing 6 ports. Electronic intercepts confirm coordinated attack plan. This is it, the invasion everyone feared. Admiral Samuel Paparo commands from Hawaii. Orders flash across Pacific. USS Ronald Reagan Battle Group engage air threats. USS Carl Vinson Battle Group target surface ships. USS Abraham Lincoln Battle Group provides strategic reserve. Every American asset in theater activates. This is what carriers are built for. This is what decades of training prepared for. This is why America maintains forward presence. The battle begins. What's your prediction? Type A if American technology wins. Type B if Chinese numbers overwhelm. Chinese air assault comes in 4 waves. First wave is electronic warfare aircraft. J-16D fighters loaded with jamming pods. They fly ahead of main force. Objective is blind American radars. Disrupt communications. Create confusion. 24 J-16Ds cross into Taiwan Strait airspace at 5:52 a.m. American E-2D Hawkeye early warning aircraft detects them immediately. But detection isn't targeting. Chinese jamming activates. American radar screens fill with false contacts. Communications degrade. Data links fail partially. Electronic warfare is invisible battle before visible fighting. Chinese buy themselves 6 minutes of confusion. 6 minutes of American systems struggling to filter real from fake. 6 minutes of advantage. Second wave launches at 5:58 a.m. J-20 stealth fighters. China's most advanced aircraft. 36 total committed, armed with PL-15 long-range air-to-air missiles. Their mission is kill American fighters, establish air superiority. J-20s are stealthy, but not invisible. American F-35s have advantage in stealth. But Chinese have numbers, and numbers matter when missiles are flying. J-20s spread across wide front, looking for American combat air patrol, looking for F-35s protecting the carriers, looking for kills. American response is immediate and violent. 48 F-35C, Lightning II fighters launch from 3 carriers, 16 from Reagan, 16 from Vinson, 16 from Lincoln. They climb to 40,000 feet at supersonic speed. APG-81 radars scan for threats. AN/ASQ-239 electronic warfare systems counter Chinese jamming. Pilots are veterans. Most have 1,200+ flight hours. They trained for this scenario. Now scenario is real. F-35s form into divisions, 4 aircraft per division, 12 divisions total. They establish combat air patrol between Chinese aircraft and American carriers. This airspace belongs to America. Chinese must fight through to reach carriers. That means dogfights. Don't miss how this three-dimensional battle unfolds. Subscribe now for complete tactical analysis. First air-to-air engagement occurs at 6:08 a.m. F-35 Division, led by Commander Sarah Mitchell, detects 4 J-20s at 120 miles. Stealth versus stealth. Advanced sensors versus advanced sensors. Mitchell's division achieves radar lock first. F-35's sensor fusion gives them information advantage. They fire 4 AIM-120D missiles at 80 miles. Chinese J-20s detect launch. Break formation, launch countermeasures, chaff, flares, electronic jamming. 3 J-20s evade successfully. 4th takes missile hit. Explodes at 38,000 feet. First kill of the air war, Chinese pilot ejects. Parachute opens. He'll land in Taiwan Strait. Rescue uncertain. Mitchell's division doesn't celebrate. 3 J-20s still incoming. They're firing back. Chinese PL-15 missiles have 200-mile range, longer than American AIM-120D. Chinese strategy is standoff engagement. Fire from distance. Force Americans defensive. 6 PL-15s streak toward Mitchell's division. American pilots execute defensive maneuvers. Dive, turn, burn, deploy countermeasures. Electronic warfare systems jam missile seekers. 5 missiles miss. 6th achieves proximity detonation. Shrapnel damages F-35's wing. Pilot maintains control, returns to carrier. First American aircraft damaged, not destroyed, but combat effectiveness reduced. The air battle intensifies. While fighters duel at altitude, maritime battle develops below. Chinese naval formation consists of 87 surface combatants. Type 055 destroyers lead. Each carries 112 vertical launch cells. Type 052D destroyers follow. Type 054A frigates provide close escort. Type 075 amphibious assault ships carry Marines. Type 071 landing platform docks carry landing craft. This is Invasion Armada, protected by 34 destroyers and frigates carrying 3,400 surface-to-air missiles. Defended by 12 Type 093 submarines with 216 torpedoes. Chinese fleet forms defensive formation, escorts surrounding amphibious ships. Air defense umbrella overhead. They steam toward Taiwan at 18 knots. Distance from Chinese coast to Taiwan is 100 miles. Transit time is 5 hours. Expected landing at noon, if they get there. This level of integrated air-sea analysis requires extensive research. Subscribe to support detailed coverage. American carrier strike groups positioned between Chinese fleet and Taiwan. USS Ronald Reagan Group deploys 11 ships. USS Carl Vinson Group adds 11 more. Combined American surface force includes 6 Ticonderoga-class cruisers, 15 Arleigh Burke destroyers, 2 supply ships. Total vertical launch cells exceed 1,400. That's 1,400 missiles ready to fire. Against Chinese fleet of 87 ships. American advantages are technology, training, combat experience, sensor integration, data linking. Every American ship shares targeting data automatically. Chinese systems are less integrated, more vulnerable to electronic warfare. But Chinese have numbers, 87 ships versus 22. In naval warfare, numbers matter, especially when your missiles can sink ships. First anti-ship engagement begins at 6:23 a.m. Chinese Type 055 destroyer, Nanchang, achieves fire control solution on USS Chancellorsville. Ticonderoga-class cruiser, range 47 miles. Nanchang fires 4 YJ-18 anti-ship missiles. Subsonic cruise missiles, sea-skimming flight profile, 300-kilogram warheads. They fly 50 feet above waves at Mach 0.9. Designed to avoid radar detection until final approach. Chancellorsville's SPY-6 radar detects launch immediately. Aegis Combat System calculates intercept solutions. SM-2 missiles launch from vertical cells. 4 interceptors targeting 4 threats. Engagement range 35 miles. SM-2 missiles fly at Mach 3.5. Close rapidly. First interceptor destroys lead YJ-18 at 28 miles. Second kills second missile at 24 miles. Third intercept fails. Missile evades through maneuvering. 4th interceptor destroys 4th missile at 18 miles. 1 Chinese missile still incoming, range 15 miles. Chancellorsville launches evolved Sea Sparrow missiles. Close-range defense. 3 ESSMs intercept at 8 miles. 2 hit, 1 misses. Chinese missile destroyed. Chancellorsville survives. First surface engagement complete. 0 damage to American forces. 4 Chinese missiles destroyed. American defensive systems proved effective. But this was 4 missiles. Chinese have 3,400 more. What would you do as American battle group commander facing these numbers? Comment your tactical approach below. Chinese escalate immediately. If 4 missiles fail, try 40. 8 Type 055 destroyers fire simultaneously at 6:31 a.m. Total of 64 YJ-18 missiles targeting American carrier group. This is saturation attack. Overwhelm defenses through volume. American Aegis systems track all 64 missiles. Calculate threat priority. Assign interceptors. Launch sequence begins. SM-6 missiles for long-range intercepts. SM-2 for medium range. ESSM for close range. Phalanx guns for last-ditch defense. Across 6 cruisers and 15 destroyers, 127 interceptor missiles launch in 90 seconds. Sky fills with smoke trails. Missiles accelerating to hypersonic speeds. Explosions blossom across radar screens as interceptors find targets. American defensive success rate is 87%. Out of 64 Chinese missiles, 56 are destroyed, 8 penetrate defensive layers. Reach final approach to American ships. Phalanx systems activate. 20mm Gatling guns firing 4,500 rounds per minute. Tungsten rounds stream toward incoming missiles. 4 missiles destroyed by guns. 4 reach targets. USS Shiloh takes 2 hits. Explosions tear through superstructure. 67 sailors killed. Ship lists. Begins flooding. USS Curtis Wilbur takes 1 hit. 23 dead. Still combat capable. USS Mustin takes 1 hit. 31 casualties. Fire spreads. American fleet survives but bleeds. First blood to China. But cost was enormous. 64 missiles fired. 4 hits achieved. 6% success rate. Chinese missile inventory depleting rapidly. While surface ships trade missiles, submarine warfare wages silently below. USS Mississippi, Virginia-class attack submarine. Stalks Chinese Type 093 submarine at 400 feet depth. Sonar contact made at 12,000 yards. Mississippi's commander, Captain Rebecca Torres, maneuvers for optimal firing position. Range closes, 8,000 yards, 6,000 yards, 4,000 yards. Chinese submarine is loud compared to American. Propeller cavitation, machinery noise, easy to track. Torres orders Mk-48 torpedo launch. Weapon enters water, swims toward target using passive sonar. At 2,000 yards, torpedo goes active. Pings, Chinese submarine with sonar. Target detected, guidance adjusts. Chinese submarine detects torpedo. Launches countermeasures, turns hard. Attempts evasion, too late. Mk-48 detonates under keel. Blast breaks submarine's back, sinks with all 98 crew. First submarine kill. If you're following this complex 3-dimensional battle, hit subscribe and notification bell now. But Chinese submarines score kills too. Type 093, Submarine 4117, achieves firing solution on American destroyer USS John Finn. Range 6,000 yards, perfect position. Launches 3 U-6 torpedoes. Wake-homing weapons. Follow propeller wash. American destroyer's sonar detects launch. Captain orders emergency evasion. Full rudder, flank speed. Deploy anti-torpedo countermeasures. Nixie decoy streams behind ship. Creates false acoustic signature. First torpedo homes on decoy. Explodes harmlessly. Second torpedo maintains track. Hits John Finn's stern. Detonates. Blast destroys propellers. Rudder jammed. Flooding begins. 34 sailors killed. Ship dead in water. Third torpedo misses as ship loses speed. John Finn is mission killed. Cannot maneuver. Cannot fight. Must be abandoned. 2 of 12 survivors evacuate. Submarine warfare proves deadly for both sides. Air battle reaches climax at 6:47 a.m. Third Chinese wave arrives. 140 J-15 fighters from carrier Shandong and land bases. Older aircraft, less capable than J-20s. But numbers matter. They carry 560 PL-12 air-to-air missiles. Their mission is overwhelm American F-35s through saturation, force Americans to split attention, create opportunities for J-20s to break through. Chinese tactics are Soviet-style, mass, volume. Accept losses to achieve objectives. Quantity has quality all its own. American F-35 pilots face impossible mathematics. 48 F-35s against 176 Chinese fighters. Each F-35 carries 6 air-to-air missiles. That's 288 missiles total, against 176 aircraft, plus missiles already fired. Not enough weapons, not enough aircraft. Americans need force multiplier. They get it from AWACS. E-2D Hawkeye aircraft provide targeting data. F-35 sensor fusion shares tracks automatically. Ground-based Aegis systems contribute targeting. Suddenly, 48 F-35s have 360-degree awareness. They're not fighting individually, they're fighting as networked warfare versus mass assault. Results are devastating for China. F-35s fire AM-120Ds from beyond visual range. Chinese J-15s lack equivalent sensors. Don't see F-35s. Don't see missiles until too late. Explosions across Chinese formation. 23 J-15s destroyed in first 90 seconds. Chinese pilots panic, break formation, launch missiles wildly. Most miss. Some hit. 3 F-35s destroyed. 7 damaged. But exchange rate favors America heavily. 23 Chinese aircraft destroyed for 3 American. Technology multiplying effectiveness. Training showing advantages, but Americans running low on missiles. After this engagement, average F-35 has 2 missiles remaining. Reinforcements needed urgently. Your engagement shapes our content production. Comment your analysis and share this video. By 7:15 a.m., both sides paused to reassess. Chinese have lost 47 aircraft. Americans lost 11. Chinese fleet advancing but taking casualties. 8 ships damaged or sunk. American fleet blocking but bleeding. 3 ships lost. 24 damaged. Air superiority contested. Neither side winning decisively. Both sides depleting missile inventories. Both sides taking casualties. Modern warfare proves brutal for both sides. Technology doesn't guarantee victory, just shifts odds. And even favorable odds still mean people die. Chinese fourth wave launches at 7:23 a.m. This is the hammer blow. Maximum effort. Final push. 67 H-6 bombers take off from coastal air bases. Each bomber carries 4 YJ-12 supersonic anti-ship missiles under wings. That's 268 cruise missiles total, range 250 miles. Speed Mach 3, nearly impossible to intercept. Designed specifically to kill carriers. Plus 140 DF-21D anti-ship ballistic missiles launching from mobile launchers across Fujian and Zhejiang provinces. These are carrier killers. Maneuverable re-entry vehicles. Terminal speed Mach 10. Each carries 1 to 300-pound penetrating warhead. Total of 408 weapons converging on American fleet from multiple vectors. Air-breathing cruise missiles from east, ballistic missiles from west, timed to arrive simultaneously, coordinated to overwhelm defenses. This is the attack that decides everything. Sink American carriers and China achieves maritime dominance. Taiwan falls within 48 hours. American credibility collapses globally. Pacific balance shifts permanently toward Beijing. Regional allies question commitments. China becomes dominant power in Asia. But if carriers survive, Chinese invasion fails. Fleet gets destroyed attempting to close with Taiwan. Amphibious forces become sitting targets. Landing craft get massacred at beaches. Chinese casualties mount unsustainably. Domestic support collapses. Xi's government faces crisis. Everything depends on next 15 minutes. Every missile matters. Every intercept counts. This is moment of maximum violence. American fleet launches every interceptor remaining. SM-6 at maximum range, SM-2s at medium range, ESSMs at close range. F-35s fire remaining air-to-air missiles at bombers. Everything fires, everything flies. Sky becomes metal storm. Missiles everywhere, explosions everywhere. Radar screens white out from clutter. Battle management systems struggle to track thousands of objects. This is chaos. This is maximum violence. This is modern warfare at its most intense. Final results stagger comprehension. Of 408 Chinese missiles, American defenses destroy 362. 89% intercept rate. Incredible performance, but 46 missiles penetrate. USS Ronald Reagan takes 4 hits. Flight deck cratered, island damaged, 340 sailors killed. Carrier survives, but can't conduct flight operations. Mission killed. USS Chancellorsville takes 3 hits. Sinks in 12 minutes. 180 dead. USS Mustin, already damaged, takes 2 more. Breaks apart. 67 additional casualties. 5 destroyers take single hits each. Hundreds more casualties. American fleet is shattered, but functional. Chinese air-sea assault is stopped, but not destroyed. Was this battle decisive or just opening engagement? Could either side have changed outcome? Share your military assessment below. Casualties tell brutal story. American losses 1,840 killed, 2,630 wounded, 11 aircraft destroyed, 6 ships sunk, 8 ships heavily damaged. Chinese losses 3,200 killed, 5,100 wounded, 47 aircraft destroyed, 14 ships sunk, 23 ships damaged. Both sides claim victory. Neither side achieved objectives. Chinese invasion fleet stops 40 miles from Taiwan. Can't advance under American air and missile threat. American carrier force can't conduct sustained operations. Too damaged, too depleted, too many casualties. Battle is draw. Tactically, strategically, both sides withdraw. Both sides rearm. Both sides prepare for next round. This is modern air-sea warfare. Technology matters enormously. Training multiplies effectiveness. Experience shows advantages. But numbers still count. Missiles still kill. Ships still sink. Sailors still die. And nobody wins decisively. They just lose less than opponent, or think they do. Pacific warfare between superpowers proves brutal, costly, indecisive. Both domains contested. Neither dominated. Air and sea, above and below, missiles and torpedoes. Technology and training versus mass and determination. The battle ends, the war continues. And next engagement will be even bloodier as both sides learn from this one. 3 final questions for naval aviation experts. First, can modern air defenses actually stop coordinated saturation attacks? Second, are aircraft carriers still viable in era of anti-ship ballistic missiles? Third, does networked warfare truly overcome numerical disadvantage? Your expert analysis matters. Drop detailed assessment in comments. Share with defense professionals. Subscribe, because understanding modern warfare requires understanding how air and sea domains interact, how technology multiplies but doesn't guarantee, how training matters but doesn't ensure victory, how even superpowers bleed when fighting peers. The battle happened, the Pacific changed, and neither side won. They just survived to fight again.